Uh, Good morning, dear students. I am Dr. A. Shankar Kumar, Assistant Professor of Public Administration, working at Government Degree College, Malkajgiri. Uh, Today, we are going to discuss uh, Chief Minister uh, regarding the state administration, Chief Minister's role, Chief Minister's functions, Chief Minister's powers, Chief Minister's responsibilities. These are the main important points uh, to be discussed in this class. So, regarding the state administration, coming to the first the introduction part, how the Chief Minister uh, appointment was incorporated in the Constitution. Uh, there was a certain debates on the Constitution Assembly, the appointments, powers and functions of the chief minister. And second point is there is a coordination between the state governor and state chief minister. And there is also a controversy between the governors and chief ministers of the states. And next there is the certain Supreme Court judgments also on the appointments of the chief minister by the governor in lack of majorities. So there shall be a discretionary powers of the governors was challenged in various states, high courts and the Supreme Courts also. And next the appointments of the state council of ministers. There is also a certain clarification and controversies also. And when they are utilizing the powers and functions of the chief ministers, are also challenged in different courts of the high courts and the Supreme Court also. So regarding the related constitutional article 164 is the most important article, particularly to the chief minister. And next the chief minister's articles, then certain appointments, the executive powers, and some terms, salaries and allowances and others are decided by the state legislature. Maybe. So one by one, we will discuss the chief minister's role in the Indian administrative context. So first, uh, India has 28 states and 9 union territories. Earlier, 29 states, and then the parliament has passed the resolution, and the status of Jammu and Kashmir was reduced, and the cancelled the Article 370, and the Jammu and Kashmir converted into 2 union territories. One is Jammu and Kashmir, and second one is Ladakh. So the state numbers was decreased from 29 to 28, and then the union territories number is increased from 7 to 9. So we have a little bit knowledge regarding the Indian 28 states and 9 union territories. So probably every state has uh, uh, each chief minister. So Indian has a 28 chief ministers and 9 union territories, but there is some differences between the 9 union territories also. The Delhi and Pondicherry, both the union territories, have their own chief ministers, along with lieutenant uh, governor. and Delhi and Puducherry also have a chief minister, and certain Article 60, a constitutional amendment act has given a special status to the Delhi and Puducherry also. So the total strength of the chief ministers of India is 28 plus 2, so 30, and the remaining 7 union territories are administered by the central government through the lieutenant governor. So this is the clear pictures of the state and union territories administration. So in the constitution, particularly mentioned that India is a union of states. That means the federal structure is not completely. So Article 1 is union of states. So the India is with a combination of the states and union territories. This is the states and the states and divided by district for administrative conveniences, districts and the mandal level, village level. This is the hierarchy of the administrative system. So today we are going the details of the chief ministers. So first part of the chief minister in the introduction part, uh, India has a parliamentary system of government. So, so when we are reading or analyzing the role of the chief ministers, how to keep in the mind the role of prime minister also. So these are the parallel things going on regarding the powers, appointments, a little bit something changes maybe. But both are points are the common for the chief ministers and the prime minister. So in parliamentary democracy, India, government provided by the constitution, and there is a parliamentary form that means the executive. The executive means the chief minister headed by the council of minister is the real executive. That means the de facto executive. And there is also a nominative, that means the de jure. De jure, that means a nominal head. The nominal executive authority is the governor. Even though the governor is the nominal executive, but the uh, total orders and warranties, that means the government will be ruled with the warranty and seal of the governor. So first form of the parliamentary form of government, at the central level also a dual executive, and at the state level also a dual executive. So de jure and de facto. That means nominal role and execute and real. So this is the kind of mention they here. And the governor is the head of the state, while the chief minister is the head of the government. So head is the state of the head is the governor, and head of the government. Government is the uh, a certain period, but the state is the permanent. So the state head is the governor. This is the structure was the given by the Constitution of India. So there may be a little bit variation, and we will see next. And next, the first point of the appointment of the chief minister. This is the most important one regarding the chief minister's appointment. The constitution is also clearly remember that the constitution does not contain any specific procedure for the selection and appointment of the chief minister. So the constitution, there was a debate, and the Ambedkar has also, uh, and when the Constitutional Assembly is going on, that there is a certain, when they are framing the rules and regulations of the chief minister versus governor. So there is a one controversy between the either governor is the real executive or the real executive the chief minister. So there may be a different discussion were going on that in the Constitutional Assembly, and finally the Constitutional Assembly uh, favored that uh, uh, the two real executive will not be at the state level. So if two posters will be a real executive, there will be some controversy and the administration will not be run in a smooth manner. That is why the Constitutional Assembly favor the chief minister should be real executive and the governor is the agent of the central government. That means the nominal executive nominated by the central government. So, and then that was a discussion that, and the chief minister's uh, uh, selection and appointment was left to the uh, discretionary powers of the governor. So the basic article 164 only says that the chief minister shall be appointed by the governor. This is the appointment by governor. However, this does not imply that the governor is free to appoint anyone as the chief minister. So the governor decision is final. And in accordance with the conventions of the parliamentary system of government, the governor has to appoint the leader of the majority party in the state legislature. This is the convention, not is the mention in the constitution. That was the controversy is going on that. So the convention of the parliamentary is the majority party. Okay. And then but when no party has a clear majority in the assembly, then the governor may exercise his personal discretion in the selection and appointment of the chief minister. Right? And in such a situation, the governor usually appoints the leader of the largest party or coalition in the assembly as the chief minister and ask him to seek a vote of confidence in the house within a month. This is the condition not implicated in the constitution. These are conditions or this is the conventions are followed. So simply remember when governor wants to appoint as a chief minister, first one is if parliamentary system, a largest party chief can be appointed as the chief minister. So there is no discretionary powers of the governor. Second point, if largest party is not getting majority, then the second priority should be going to the coalition government. Coalition government means a mixed response. So two parties or three parties or maybe either the governor should be given priority before the election. If the coalition governments promised before the election and they prepared a common agenda, if we come into power, then we will be handled like this. And the third point is no coalition, no majority, and the personal discretionary powers of the governor is the final. So, and there is the question, the appointments regarding the governor when the using discretionary powers are not questionable in the High Court or Supreme Court. This is the convention system. First basic point is here. So we have seen a number of governor versus the chief minister. Recently, we have seen the Janata government in Tamil Nadu. Earlier, the Congress party and Janata government as coalition and appointed as the chief minister, say Kumaraswamy. And then automatically the Kumaraswamy has not shown the confidence on the state floor. That means the assembly. And the Kumaraswamy automatically resigned. And next governor has given a time to the next largest party is BJP. And now the Yediyurappa is the chief minister of the Karnataka. And we have seen in the recently trends in the Rajasthan system. The Ashok Gehlot is the chief minister and the Congress party has an internal disturbance. That means the internal lack of internal coordinations between the two leaders of the state. And in the Ashok Gehlot government is losing confidence. That means not in a position to show the majority at the state level, right? And then the governor has given a chance and issue the orders. The chief minister has to prove the majority in the assembly. If chief minister has to prove the majority, if majority is proved by the chief minister, the government will be continued. And if he has not proved the majority, the chief minister has to resign, and then governor will use his own discretionary power whom to appoint as the chief minister. So there is a certain uh, clarifications regarding this chief minister's appointment. So the norms is the governor has to give the time for the chief minister is 1 month. So within 1 month, within 1 month, the chief minister has to prove his majority in the assembly. Next point is the constitution does not require that a person must prove his majority in the legislative assembly before he is appointed as the chief minister. That means the appointments of the chief minister is normally after he has to prove the majority, not before the majority. So this is the clear cut point is after if once appointed as the chief minister by the governor, the chief minister has to prove his majority, and then the governor may first appoint him as the chief minister and then ask him to prove his majority in the legislative assembly within a responsible period. Now is the nearly 1 month. This is what has been done in number of cases. And a person who is not a member of the state legislature can be appointed as chief minister. This is also one of the controversial statement, and then the Ambedkar opposite this concept. When the chief minister is appointed by the governor, first he has the member of the chief minister, he has the member of the assembly. That is the condition. So, but in certain parliamentary convention, even not a member of the state assembly, the governor can appoint as a chief minister. But certain condition is who appointed as the chief minister has to prove his membership in the assembly within 6 months. So the duration of the 6 months, that means he should be elected or nominated. Elected or nominated, that means he has to get the uh, seat from the assembly. So a person who is not a member of the state legislature can be appointed as chief minister for only 6 months, within which time he should be elected to the state legislature. So he should be elected within 6 months. Failing which he ceases to be the office of chief minister. According to the constitution, the chief minister may be a member of any of the two houses. That means state assembly and legislative council. So usually chief ministers have been appointed as the member of the state assembly, selected from the lower house, that means state assembly. But on a number of occasions, a member of the upper houses, legislative council has also been appointed as the chief ministers. So nearly 7 to 9 states have only two houses, and the most of the states they don't have a two houses system. So we have seen that in these cases, the appointment of the chief ministers. This is the kind. So and next the point is here oath, term, and salaries. So the chief minister to bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India. That means he has to obey to the Constitution of India and to support or uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India, and to faithfully and consciously discharge the duties of the office and to do right to all manners of people in accordance with the constitution and the law without fear or favor, affection or ill will to anyone. These are the conditions were mentioned in the constitution, and the term of the chief minister is not fixed. So the appointment and selection of the chief minister not fixed in the constitution, and the term of the chief minister is also not fixed in the constitution. And he holds the office during the pleasure of the government. That is the concept. So normally the chief minister has the term is 5 years. General. That means the general elections goes only 5 years. So the largest party will get the seat. Who those parties get in the seats in the assembly, then the chief party head will be become a chief minister. Okay, and then the office during the pleasure of the governor. This is the most important concept. If chief minister has his own majority, and even though the pleasure of the governor is the most important, so the pleasure of governor is the uh, confidence of the chief minister to run the government. However, this does not mean that the governor can dismiss him in any time. That means even though he has a majority, he cannot be dismissed by the governor as long as he enjoys the majority support in the legislative assembly. So the majority is the criteria. He must resign or the governor can dismiss him. So there is a provision for resign and dismiss. Suppose if he resigns, the government, entire government will be collapse, and the governor may be use his discretionary power to dissolve the assembly or again to invite the any party leaders to frame the government. That means the otherwise the if the government decision is final, and then they go for the elections, and the election pass will be occurred on the people also. This is also kind of system. And the salaries and allowances of the chief ministers are determined by the state legislature by time. So this timely they may be made a act. Suppose in drawing the states of Telangana, nearly 3.5 lakhs rupees are receiving each MLAs. So, and the various states, and they have a uh, climbing only 50,000, 40,000, and some chief ministers, uh, even during the NTR government, the NTR decided not to take any salaries, and he received 1 rupee salary. So, such kind of leaders were appointed was there. And then the coming to the powers and functions of the chief ministers uh, is first point is in relation to the council of ministers. So first point is he is the head of the government, and the chief minister advised to governor to appoint the chief minister. He has the full freedom to select who is to be appointed as the ministers and the portfolios, everything. So first point is the governor appoints only those person as ministers who are recommended by the chief minister. So the chief minister decision is also final. The second point is the chief minister allocates and reshuffles. That means he may changes of the portfolio from time to time, right? And the portfolios among the ministers. So ministers and the chief minister is the most important. And he can ask a minister to resign or advise the governor to dismiss him in case of difference of opinion. Suppose a minister is involved in criminal practices or he involved in the corrupt practices, the opposition leaders are uh, showing a cautious and demanding that the certain minister is involved in the crime and right, he should be resigned. So in case of otherwise, the chief minister not showing to interest to continue him. These are the causes, and immediately the chief minister says that without intimating to these concerned ministers, and he will write a letter to dismiss certain minister so and so, and the governor will take a decision final. And next point is otherwise a minister he is not why he doesn't want to resign his signature resign, and then the chief minister will resign automatically, and the chief minister will resign, the entire cabinet will be cancelled, collapse, and then the chief minister has the choice to select and appoint another time. So next time, this is the, but they have to again sure according to the constitution. These are the conditions for given in the constitution. And next point is he presides over the meetings of the council of ministers and influences its decisions. So generally the cabinet meetings will be held at the state level monthly, twice, otherwise 2 months one. These are the conditions. Is it not a clearly mentioned? This is the time and in the constitution, but the chief minister decision is the final. So as a head of the government, he guides, directs, control, coordinations of the various activities, and the chief minister has to take approval of the policy matters from the council of ministers. So there will be a council of ministers, and within the council of ministers, a few posts or few portfolios may be decided as the cabinet also. So the cabinet and council of minister decision has to be taken by the chief ministers, right? And he can bring about the collapse of the council of ministers by resigning from office. Since the chief minister is the head of the council of ministers, his resignation or death automatically dissolves the council of ministers. The resignation or death of any other minister, on the other hand, merely creates a vacancy which the chief minister may or may not like fill. So, if remaining ministries, the chief minister will be reshuffled to the another minister to take a in charge. Otherwise, he can head as a own. So there is a lot of discretionary powers of the chief minister, and the chief minister is the as a head of the government. He can lead this office, and then the certain we have seen in that when the Andhra Pradesh, United Andhra Pradesh, the chief minister was the Y.S. Rajshekar Reddy. Then he was suddenly met a accident, and then the entire government was collapsed. And again, the Congress-headed government, the chief minister was elected and appointed as the Roshaya. Again, they have a show, and he selected the ministries. That means when minister changes, chief minister changes, the entire cabinet will not come into the power. So the discretionary powers who want to alert the ministry and to give the main portfolios and the own decisions of the chief minister is the final. And then the relation in relation to the governor, this is the also most important one. The chief minister enjoys the following powers in relation to the governor. That means he is the principal channel of communication between the governor and the council of ministers. It is the duty of the chief minister. One, he is to communicate the governor of the state all decision of the council of ministers relating to the administration of the affairs of the state and proposals for the legislation. This is the most important. So the chief minister has to communicate to the governor, right? And next, to furnish such information relating to the administration of the affairs of the state and proposals for legislation as the governor may be called for. So any information the governor asks the chief minister has to fill and provide the information with a stipulated period. And next point is, if the governor so requires to submit for the consideration of the council of ministers any matters on which a decision has been taken by a minister but which has not been considered by the council. That means the suppose a propaganda or any other relations or any a minister is involved in a crime or any unrelated activities, that means the unconstitutional affairs, then the uh, governor may call for explanation. Then the chief minister has to endorse and send the report of the regarding the certain ministries. And suppose we have seen in the COVID-19, the Telangana governor is Tamilisai is asking information regarding the uh, COVID cases, positive cases, arrangements, hospital details, and various details. And then the recently we have seen that the governor has conducted a meeting with the health ministries and health officials, and without intimating to the chief minister also. So that means that the governor decision the chief minister cannot question. That means there may be a controversial between the chief minister and the governor, but the governor has the power. Governor has the right to conduct such kind of practices. Uh, the chief minister advised the governor with regard to the appointments of important officials, like suppose Article 165 says that there will be a advocate general, not attorney general, advocate general. That means advocate general is a legal expert, and he advised the legal skills and legal knowledge to the uh, government. And then the uh, advocate generals are the advisor to the government, and the on behalf of the government, the advocate general will argue the cases in the high courts and other courts. And also the chairman and members of the State Public Service Commission. I have seen the, suppose if you can take a Telangana State Public Service Commission, there is a generally 9 members and 1 chairman. 10 members are elected, sorry, selected by the, appointed by the governor with the recommendation of the chief minister. And next is the state election commissioner. Generally, the state election commissioner is the under the control of the governor, but the with the advice of the chief minister, the commissioner and members, the commissioner is appointed by the governor. And next, other are also then the state right to information commission members and chairman. And next, uh, other SC commissions, BC commission, chairman and members, women commissions and chairman members, and next, such kind of other posts like mm, here tribal areas related posters, uh, other uh, members like the governor may also be with the advice of the chief minister, and the governor certain 1/6 percentage member of the legislative council be appointed by the governor, but with the aid and advice of the chief minister only. And the State Human Rights Commission, Information Commission, SC Commission, State ST Commission, State Women Commission, any other commissions and constitutional commissions and the executive with the appointed by the state legislative resolution. These are the appointments will be uh, through the chief minister, and the governor will be the final appointing authority. And next point is in relation to the state legislature, the chief minister advised the governor with regard to the point one, summoning. Second is proroguing of the session of the state legislature. That means normally the state legislature uh, sessions will be according to the constitution. There will be no time limit exceeding more than 6 months. So generally two legislation for sessions, but every 1 year. And there is a one tradition is generally rainy season, winter, summer. 3 type sessions are going on there. So after the completion of the assembly sessions, and the governor may be, with the advice of the chief minister, summoning and proroguing of the legislature. Proroguing is that is not mentioning the next date of the session starts, and that means not confirming the date to next session. So the next session time will be decided by the chief minister with and the BCA, or Business Commission, Business Advisory Commission, BAC. And next point is the chief minister recommended the dissolution of the legislative assembly to the governor at any time. So generally the time period of the chief minister is five years. And second point is the pleasure of the governor. If chief minister want to resign before the 5 years or his own decision, he can write a letter to the governor and the governor will be accepted automatically. Then the chief minister and then the legislative assembly will be dissolution. But the legislative council cannot be dissolution, but it is a permanent, like a Rajya Sabha, permanent Sabha, like a Rajya Sabha. So the chief minister's advice is to dissolution of only legislative assembly. So, and then next point is chief minister announced the government policies on the floor of the house. So without approval of the state assembly, the government cannot expend. The government doesn't have a authority to expenditure on various budgets. So if government, if chief ministers, according to their manifestos, and he frames the policies and takes approval from the state council of ministers, and he will announce the policies and take approval from the members of the assembly. Then the other powers and functions we have seen a number of times. He is the chairman of the state planning board. This is the most important function of the state planning board. Actually, the chairman is, but the vice chairman of this the important function, and is also a de facto regarding the decentralization of planning systems of uh, system. So state planning board is the coordinating agency, different districts, village, mandal levels, and ultimately the state planning board will decide the planning system of the state. And then next the coordinating agency through the central government also. So the planning board, recently we have seen that in the planning board and planning commission, the Niti Aayog system was adopted by the newly elected BJP government. And next, the chief minister act as a vice chairman of the concerned zonal council by rotation. This is a norms and tradition. This is a rotation system. So this is the term of office is only 1 year, and the holding office for a period of 1 year at a time only. So it's a normal fact. Zonal council, actually chairman is the home minister, and the vice chairman will be allotted for the concerned 5 to 6 states with periodically 1 year, 1 year, 1 year. This is a type of general council system. And the chief minister is a member of the interstate council. This is the most important factor. So there will be some smooth and running factors like a river boards, water boards, and the next river systems, something a controversial common border systems. These are the state to state coordination is the most important. So the chief minister member is the interstate council. We have seen the recommendation of the Sarkaria Commission. The Sarkaria Commission was formed in the 1988, and it recommended that the Sarkaria Commission, there will be a interstate council is compulsory to create and to solve the problem of the interstate problems of the various country. So recently we have seen the interstate council between the state to states. So this is also in the 1992. Now the state government has given a status to the 2003, the year of 2003, and established the interstate council. So the newly developed council is formed to smooth running of the interstate matters. Next point is the both are headed by the prime minister, and next is the NDC. So the chief minister is also the member of the NDC. All the chief ministers are the member of the National Development Council. and the NDC chairman is the Prime Minister. Periodically, 6 months, every 1 year, the meeting will be going on that, and the meeting will be headed by the Prime Minister. So all chief ministers are compulsory invited and to discuss the regarding the development of the nation. And next, he is the chief sports person, chief sport man of the state government. So timely when the government, when the state is in crisis, or when the government uh, as conducting a number of good programs, and the chief minister will organize a meeting or conducting a video conference or media conferences, and he deliberate what government was going to do, and certain responses, criticisms, and opposition parties criticism will be, everything will be uh, the chief minister's voice is the most important. So we have seen that in COVID situation 19, um, when the Telangana Chief Minister is uh, going to conduct a video uh, media press meetings, and the people will watch in front of the TVs in crores. So this is the important valid points of the Chief Minister. So the spokesperson of the state government. And next point, he is the crisis manager in chief at the political level during emergencies. So when nothing but we are saying the caretaker government. That means the government is not showing the proving majority at the state assembly, and the governor has recommended the impose of presidential rule. That means Article 356 presidential role in state, and then the chief minister is given a status like a caretaker. So that means up to next election. So this is the manager, crisis manager in chief at the political level. And next point is the chief minister as a leader of the state is also leader of the state. That means he meets various sections of the people. That means people receives a memorandum from the regarding their problems and so on. That means various caste problems, communal problems, and next is other problems, women problems. So the every problems will be addressed through the uh, chief minister as a leader. So irrespective of voting and election system, the chief minister will address. And next point is the chief minister is the political head of the services. As a political head, and he also a party head, he has the more and more powers in the system. So as a political head of the services, the chief minister plays a very crucial role in this state politics. So a chief ministers in when the party powers, a national party selected appointed as the chief minister, role is different, and the regional parties leaders appointed as the chief minister is the role is a little bit changes. We have seen in that when the Congress and two-party system after the 1967, the role of regional parties are increased, and then the chief minister's role also changes. And the regional parties, the NTR government in Andhra Pradesh, we have seen the tremendous changes and the new community developments and the emergence of new leaders from the various communities. So the chief minister has played a critical role and is a effective role in the Indian administrative context. And then the subtle articles were provided in the constitution. The Article 164 is indicative of the position of that, whereas under the provision of non-legislator can be appointed as the chief minister or a minister, but the appointment would be governed by the Article 164 which places a restriction on such a non-member to continue as a minister or the chief minister, as the case may be, unless he can get himself elected to legislature within a period of 6 consecutive months. That means the continuous. And then Article 164(4) class is therefore not a source of power or an enabling provision for appointment of non-legislator as a minister, even for a short duration. It is actually in the nature of disqualification or restriction for a non-member who has been appointed as a chief minister or a member, as the case may be, to continue in office without getting himself elected within a period of six consecutive months. These are the some uh, constitutional amendments as given, and some cases were judgment regarding the Supreme Courts and High Court judgments. We have seen that. And next in the Gujarat, and then when the central government party comes under the powers and regional parties rule at the chief minister at the state levels, if they have a dilemma between the majority 10% margin or 12% margins, a little bit margin systems, and then the central rule government, they may transfer their uh, powers, and they will always focus on their parties, and they want to control and state government under their hand. So in this time, the violation of the procedures of the constitutions also. So, and there is some cases we have seen that uh, in Supreme Court, Goa cases and next Maharashtra cases, we also see that. And then the BJP and Shiva Sena both have promised and framed a common manifesto, and they went into election. But largely both have won the coalition government. But the Shiva Sena party had not shown the favorite to form the BJP government. And the coalition before that, and they were turned, U-turn, and they turned with Congress party, and the Congress party also got the majority seat, and then the Shiva Sena and the Congress party. That means in recently new scenarios were changed in the political, and the small party also getting a chief minister post. So the largest party leader can be appointed as the chief minister was the slowly changes in the recently coalition form of government. Um, and some the discretionary powers of the chief ministers also challenged in the uh, courts. Suppose in Andhra Pradesh government was the well, the Andhra Pradesh government has taken a decision to reduce the powers and functions of the Election Commission of India. Recently, we have seen that, and then Supreme Court supported the decisions of the Election Commissioner and the uh, warned to the chief ministers. And then the controversial between the chief ministers and the Election Commission, and the Supreme Court and High Court decision is the final. That means the chief minister's decision is not the correct to reduce the powers and functions of the state election commission. That means the Ramesh something. So there will be a coordination between the chief ministers and the others departments like that. So anyhow, the chief minister's role is in parliamentary form of government is similar to the prime minister's role, and the development of the state is depending upon the uh, chief minister's caliber and chief minister's actives. We have seen the Delhi chief minister Arvind Kejriwal, how he is acting as a chief minister at the in during the COVID situations. So n number of cases was increasing, and then chief minister has taken a good decision and good planning to control the COVID-19 situation. So the protection of the people is the uh, and providing law and order with the security is the most important factor of the chief ministers. So the chief minister in regional rural parties systems and the chief minister's functions are diverted, and many welfare programs were introduced into with a community welfare concept. This is the greater role of the chief minister. So there may be some controversy between the governor, between the chief ministers and judges of the judgments of the various courts. Anyhow, the chief minister post is the most and most powerful, important factor in the parliamentary democracy of India. So, thank you. This is the topic of the state administration related to the chief minister powers and functions of India. Right, closure. Right, closure. పని చేసిన స్టాప్ షేరింగ్ చేసిన చేసిన